Hello, it's the 29th of July 2021 and this is Ken from Pinefinders Old Pine Furniture Warehouse in Haddenham in Buckinghamshire in the UK, and we've just had a delivery of old pine furniture which I'm going to show you around. I record a video every time I get a large delivery of furniture so that you can see, if you're on our emailing list, you can receive an email with the link to the video the same day that the furniture arrives, and in that case you won't have to wait usually a couple of weeks until we've got everything on the website in its proper category. So I will show you around. I'll start here. I'll be showing you obviously around each individual piece of furniture. Just bear in mind it is a little bit cramped in here, so it might be difficult to get some really good images for you, but it should give you an idea. And I'll be showing you the prices. That's the price in the bare wood as it is. Most of this stuff was originally painted and it's recently been stripped, and I leave it in the bare wood until you've chosen your piece of furniture. Then I can wax it for you in a suitable wax finish, or it can be painted or bought as it is. So if you did want to buy this piece as it is, it'd be 600 waxed, and the waxing includes all restoration required, 677, and it'll have its 6-digit unique code number at the top. On the back of the ticket you will see the dimensions in inches, height, width, depth, and on wardrobes, this one's actually sold, but you can see it has 2 depth measurements. So on the wardrobes, the second depth measurement will be the internal depth, and I won't be talking or reading all these out to you because otherwise my voice will run out. So without further ado, I will start at this first cupboard that I was initially looking at. You can see sometimes you see that shadow. That is just a light shadow, it's not in the wood, as you can see. So as I say, the lighting isn't perfect in here and it's a little bit cramped, but it will give you an idea. And obviously if there's anything you're particularly interested in, obviously it's all here in the warehouse, so you can come and see it, or I can send you some more detailed pictures or a more detailed video. So we can do that for you, just let me know. Right, so yeah, a very large larder cupboard with 5 drawers on the left hand side, and it's got its original vent in the middle of the door there, and there are some shelves inside. There's 3 full depth shelves, and if you can just see that, there's a sort of a 3rd depth shelf at the top. These cupboards, you can see they've got the drawers there, and these were designed so that when you close the door, that keeps the doors, that locks all the drawers up. What I usually do for people, if they want me to, is move this strip over a bit so you can access the drawers when the door's locked. So 600 as it is, 677 if you'd like it waxed. Height 66.5. I'm not going to read all that out. No, there you go. You can pause. If you find something you like, then obviously you can pause the video and make a note. Again, you've got the shadow there, so don't worry about that. When it comes to wardrobes, most of the big wardrobes do dismantle. Some of these smaller ones, like this one, doesn't dismantle. This one doesn't dismantle. So if there's any doubt, if I forget to say, then please ask before you purchase it. I'm sure I will mention it anyway on the phone or however we communicate, but just be aware, obviously, if it's going upstairs, the ones that don't dismantle, it might have a bit of an issue. So there's this one, 1920s, I suppose. And this one does not dismantle. The internal depth, 19 inches, so that should be fine for hanging most things in there. That should be okay. You're looking at 19 inches or over to hang most big things. You've got a drawer at the bottom on this one. And then this lovely storage cupboard. And it's got a drawer inside the top section. As you can see. And then you've got, I think there's a shelf in the base as well, yeah. And this doesn't dismantle, it does not dismantle, so just be careful. Most cupboards and things don't. Then we have the first of our big wardrobes. This is beautiful late 1800s, or yeah, sort of 1860s, 1870s. Very attractive piece. This does dismantle, it totally comes apart, so it should go up any stairway. And when I say it totally dismantles, it really does totally dismantle. So this will go up the almost the tiniest of stairways. I've found a couple of shelves that might do the inside, but you'll probably like it for hanging, so you can ignore those shelves. I just put them inside sometimes, just in case if they're sort of close to the measurements. So that's 19.5 internal depth, which is nice and deep for hanging, and as I say, totally dismantles for delivery. This one is a 1930s, nice big 1930s wardrobe. Again, ignore the shadow, that's not in the wood. Nice big, deep, and this totally dismantles for delivery. And nice and deep internally, so that's 20 inches internal depth. And another gorgeous, lovely wardrobe this is, with those columns down the side, with 2 drawers at the bottom, and some beautiful detail in this. Very attractive piece. Nice and solid and sturdy, totally dismantles for delivery, so again it should go up any stairway. Nice big solid piece, and 20.5 inch internal depth, so it's really nice and deep inside. Next we've got an old pine cupboard, and it has 3 drawers, bottom left, and then a full width shelf and a half width shelf. Oh, you'll notice on some of these, when they've got these external hinges, in other words the hinges you can see on the outside there, that's often really good because the doors open fully, or so it's sort of fully right flush to there, that's where they open, so that's sometimes quite useful if you're struggling for room. Right, next we've got this very tall dresser. Now this has got, now I don't know, I think that's etched glass on the inside. I'm not sure if it's etched because I haven't managed to get inside yet because that key doesn't work. So you can see, anyway, you can see the lovely glass in that. And the one thing I can't show you because I'm here on my own today, poor old me, is if I just put these up, and that'll go that way around. So these will go under here. The top is going to be raised up, and these will sit underneath, and then you've got that piece which will sit at the back. So if you can imagine that, it's going to be another, what's that, another 7 or 8 inches taller than that. I'll show you the dimensions in a minute. It's a lovely old dresser, probably 1920s, I think. Yeah, really attractive piece that is. Good, solid, quite heavy. So the base height is 44 and the total height when everything's put together is 94 inches. So just be wary because that is pretty tall. It might not go in your room. Then we've got an old chair. I don't know, I'm not a specialist in chairs, but I know this is an old one. So I don't know much about this. It's 177. Seat height 17 inches. Then we've got another wardrobe. Now this one, does this dismantle? Yes, this wardrobe totally dismantles for delivery. Slightly smaller than the others. And it is 18.5 inch internal depth. So that should be fine for hanging most things. Just double check these when just double check the internal depth, maybe compare it with a wardrobe you're using at the moment, just to make sure you're happy with it. But 18 and a half inches, my experience, should be fine for most things. Then we've got the first of our nice big French wardrobes. Again, I've just put a load of shelves inside because just in case somebody might like shelves. We usually charge about £20 a shelf if you did want them shelved out. So nice big French wardrobe. You can tell the French ones because they have these large external hinges on the outside. And as I was saying with that cupboard earlier, those doors almost, well, they do go flush. If that other cupboard wasn't there, they actually go open flush. So if you're in limited space, then that is quite useful. These French ones tend to be taller, or tend to be pretty tall, and they don't usually have drawers at the bottom. So you've got lots of height there. So I would often recommend putting a shelf maybe up here and putting the hanging rail underneath the shelf, just to make the most of the space. That's often a good move. And if I haven't mentioned it, this does obviously dismantle totally. So 19.5 inch internal depth should be fine, nice and deep. Then we've got a slightly smaller wardrobe. This is German, I think, sort of a French influence because it's got those external hinges, but I'm pretty certain this is German. Oh, just going back while I remember, this one is from the Czech Republic. This nice big one. That's from the Czech Republic. So going back to this one. Now, what's the internal depth on this? So the internal depth on this one, the internal depth of this one is 18 inches. Again, I found some shelves which might suit this one. So if you did want some shelves, they're just £20 each. This one splits into two main sections. So you got the top that I believe comes off, and then it splits into two main sections just down the center here. So if you're limited with space going up your stairs or wherever it's going, and you're a little bit worried about the size of each piece, just let me know and I can measure the largest section for you. Then we can determine whether it'll go upstairs or not. So this one is 18 inches. Again, just check that internal measurement. That's perfectly fine for shirts, and most things might be a little bit tight for big coats. It's got two drawers at the bottom. Then we've got another large wardrobe. This is this French? It looks a bit French to me. It's either French or sort of French-German border, so you've got that German but French influence. Got a lovely old lock on there. Yeah, so another large wardrobe, totally dismantles for delivery. Yeah, I think this is French. I have a feeling. Look at those old latches on the inside. Look, isn't that nice? So yeah, totally dismantles for delivery. Really nice condition. This one is beautifully made. Probably, what's that? About 1900 that was made. And 19 3/4 inches depth. So that's nice and deep for hanging. And again, with that height, maybe put a shelf at the top, but we can talk about that. Right, another big wardrobe. This one is German. Again, totally dismantles for delivery. Really nice, good condition, nice and solid. And 19 inches internal depth, so that should be fine as well. Right, we've got a 1930s German dresser, partly glazed at the top. Some lovely detail on there. And then you see the middle, the section in the middle is bow fronted. and beveled glass. You can see the beveled glass there. And I don't think I've got any keys for this yet. Oh, there are a few keys, yeah. So there is a shelf inside each side section, and there's a shelf in the bottom, and you've obviously got these drawers. It does separate into two pieces for delivery. The base height is 36.5 inches. So the top just sits on the base, so it makes it a bit easier for delivery. Right, we've got a lovely sideboard with drawers. English, this one. Now I can't remember off the top of my head. I should know this. Yorkshire or Lancashire. I think that's a Lancashire base, I believe. I think the Yorkshire ones had a dip in the middle. I've just had a bit of a brain freeze, so I can't tell you at the moment. It's got this nice little shelf at the back, and of course I haven't measured or priced it yet. We don't want to be too efficient here at Pinefinders. So yeah, let me know if you're interested in that, and I'll get some prices for you. I think there's a couple more I haven't done yet as well. Right, a beautiful old, I think that's German as well, column chest of drawers with 4 drawers. Nice old handles. Then we've got another German chest of drawers with a cupboard on the right hand side. And this is 1920s. Yeah, 1920s. Then we've got this lovely old shoe bench. Decorative top. If this was a bit over the top for you, it does come off, but I think that's very charming. 2 doors in the base, and I think it's got a shelf inside. Yeah, it's got a shelf inside. So you just sit on there to put your shoes on, basically, because it's quite low. So it's not really a bench for sitting at, because it's uncomfortable at the back there. But you just sit on it to put your shoes in and keep your shoes inside. And the base height is 20.5 inches. Next we've got a marble top chest of drawers with a wash back. Again, some nice knobs on there and handles. So that's 29.5 to there and 36 to the top. A large dresser base, 2 drawers at the top, and it has a shelf inside and a hole at the back. Look, I can fill that if you'd like me to. Then a smaller old pine dresser base with some nice detail running up the sides, and again lovely old handles, and it's got a shelf inside again. Excuse the scribbles, we made a few mistakes on a few of these. Another chest of drawers, 1930s, 1920s, not sure, 1930. 2 small drawers over 2 large drawers. Again, some really nice handles on there. You've got an Edwardian satin walnut chest of drawers. So English. 2 small over 2 large. If you were interested or were thinking about coming to buy a chest of drawers in its current condition and sort of taking it away the same day, just let me know before you come over, so I can just double check the drawers are sliding nicely. Sometimes it's very easy for me to just make sure the drawers, to get them sliding really quickly, but obviously if you turn up waiting to coming to take the chest of drawers away, it might be a bit annoying me having to spend sort of 20 minutes on it, so just let me know in that respect. Yes, so we got another dresser base, 2 drawers over 2 cupboards that I haven't priced or measured yet. So again, that's just one to keep you guessing. Just let me know if you're interested, I can give you the details. Then we've got 3 tables. These have been made recently from very clean reclaimed pine, and they've got new turned legs, all the same size, and each of these are £290 each. I haven't measured them. Well, they're not 5x3, are they? No, they're probably 4 foot by 2.5, I'm guessing. But again, if you're interested, let me know. I'll measure them for you. And the very last piece is a beautiful, very old English Siemens chest. If you notice, look on the sides, it actually tapers in on the way up to the top. So that tapers in. So they were made so they couldn't fall over, I guess, when they're on the ship. So lovely old, very solid English Siemens chest. There's no lock there. And no measurements. Well done, Ken. Right, so that I think is everything. Yes, that's everything for now. So if there's anything you're interested in, then let me know. If you'd like some more photos or maybe a more detailed video or both, or just if there's anything you want more information on, or obviously if you'd like to visit, then let me know as well. We are open Fridays 10 till 4, Saturdays 10 till 5, and Sundays 12 till 4. There's nearly always somebody here other times, but always phone first at other times. And it's often quite a good idea, especially if you're coming from far away, to give me a call anyway, even if it's on one of those days we're open, just in case, maybe somebody's not very well or something, or we weren't able to come in. So it's always best just to phone up first. Keep an eye on the website, because again, if there's something goes wrong, if somebody wasn't able to come in, then I will put it on the website. So always it's best just to double check before you come over anyway. And yeah, so let me know if there's anything you're interested in, and hopefully we'll see you soon.